Hi everyone, I'm Marcy, and today I'm going to show you how to make the most delicious shredded pork in red chili sauce that's the perfect filling for your tamales. Let the season's eatings begin. Start by filling a large pot with water and placing it on the stove over medium-high heat. Then drop in your meat. I've got a 4.5-pound whole pork butt that I'm cutting into smaller pieces. I should be able to make about 3 dozen tamales with this. Then add in half of a large onion, 5 or 6 garlic cloves, a cube of beef bouillon, and some salt to taste, keeping in mind that the beef bouillon has salt already in it. Top with a couple of bay leaves and let it come to a boil. Be sure to skim off the foamy impurities that form on the top. Then cover with the lid, reduce the heat slightly so that it stays at a low to medium boil, and let it cook for 2 hours. Once the meat is cooked, place it into a bowl and let it cool before shredding it with a couple of forks. Then, with very clean hands, switch to breaking it up even more with your fingers. This way you can also remove any fat you come across. When the pork meat is all shredded, set it aside, and now we can make the red chili sauce. For this, I'm using about a dozen dried New Mexico red chili pods. I just removed the stem, the seeds, and the veins. Just so you know, you can buy these in hot, medium, or mild, so use what works for your heat tolerance. Once seeded, I don't always rinse my pods, but these have visible dirt on them, so I'm going to quickly rinse the dirt off. Then I place the chili pods in a colander with a bowl underneath it. And I pour boiling hot water over them. Let them steep for about 10 minutes until the chili begins to soften and rehydrate. Then take the chili pods and place them into a blender or food processor along with 3 garlic cloves, a tablespoon of Mexican oregano, a tablespoon of cumin, and some salt to taste, which for me is about 1.5 teaspoons. Then add in about 4 cups of the red chili water and blend. I let my blender go for quite a while until I no longer see any flecks of chili floating around, and I'm left with a smooth red chili sauce. This looks beautiful, so now I'll turn it off and I'll heat a large saucepan on the stovetop with just enough oil to lightly coat the bottom. When it's hot, I pour in the red chili sauce. I take a little more of the chili water and swish it around the blender so nothing goes to waste. Then I let the chili come to a boil. I lower the heat slightly and let it continue to cook for 10 minutes. After it's cooked, I take about a cup of chili out because I'm going to use it in my masa, but the rest I leave in the pan, and then I add in the shredded pork. I stir it all together and let it cook a few minutes more. At this point, you'll want to just taste for salt and then adjust if necessary. That's actually perfect. It is so delicious. The shredded pork is really, really tender, and all the wonderful flavors of the red chili come through. So at this point, this is pretty much done. You're just gonna wanna let it cool before you start spooning it onto your masa and folding your tamales, but get ready for some of the most delicious, classic red chili pork tamales you'll ever have. Now, if you missed my recipe for how to make the perfect masa for tamales, keep watching because that video is coming up next. Thanks so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any of my recipes. I also invite you to follow me at Marcy Inspired on Instagram and Facebook. Until next time, blessings from my kitchen to yours.